Hi, Namita.
Hi, I'm so sorry. There's a weak network over here.
It's quite a rainy day, Fisky Network. Yeah. So thank you so much, Namita, for removing the time for us this evening.
Of course, of course.
So from the love for diamond jewelry to starting a brand of your own, what was the inspiration? And could you share a little bit more about what took you more towards, this particular industry?
Okay. So, after the birth of my second child, so the constant thought of starting something on my own was constantly playing on my mind because I wanted to have my own identity as I wanted to be known as Namita Naik, and I wanted to do something that is creative, something that I'll be happy about, and so that the work doesn't seem like work. It's more about the passion. So that's what really inspired me that I always wanted to start something on my own because that would give me a sense of happiness.
Right.
So that was the reason why I always wanted to do something on my own.
Lovely. Okay, so there is a little misconception in the gem and jewelry industry when it comes to being an outsider, considering the fact that you don't have a background in jewelry. Most people feel that this is a close-knit community. Those people who are only involved in the family business or who have connections in the industry are the ones who can actually enter the industry and prosper here. So, you being somebody who has no background as such, you're the first person in your family to have ventured into this particular field. Could you please talk about a little bit more about breaking this particular stereotype? That's what the whole session is about, like breaking the
Yeah,
stereotype.
yeah. So way back, so when I decided that I wanted to start something on my own, so there were many options. So what happened was whenever I used to go to with my mom for jewelry shopping to any jewelers, so what would happen was when I would see the ready collection out there, I would never like what was ready.
Okay.
So I would always want to alter something as per my taste, either make something different or but they would that that what do you say? They were not very flexible with the whole idea of customizing the way I wanted or whatever. So that really lingered on my thought process when I wanted to start something on my own. Uh, so then that's why then I thought, okay, fine, this now that I've decided that I wanted to customize jewelry for my client because as a client, whenever I went to jewelers, that was something which I really felt was lacking in the market. So there would be so many people out there who would want to also have the jewelry which is customized. So that is what I wanted to do, be a medium to many more. So that is how I started the thought of wanting to get into customizing.
And so, being the newbie here, like having no backup, and you just started by yourself, I'm sure there are lot many people out there who want to know about how exactly you started off as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so what happened was, see, I was at that point when I already had two kids. So it was a big decision for me to start something on my own. So to be sure that I wanted to go in this direction only, I did a little small course for gemology and diamonds in Pune itself, just to be sure that to venture out to Mumbai to do more in-depth study of diamonds and my jewelry designing. So I wanted to make sure. So I did a little course over here, and after doing gemology and diamond graduation over here, after seeing the diamonds, I knew diamonds was my thing. So then later on, I went to Mumbai because I had to leave my kids behind. So it was a big thing for me. So I went to Mumbai. I registered myself with IGI. I did the jewelry designing and diamond graduation over there. And that's how it all started. So I knew exactly that I wanted to customize jewelry. So what was there? I wanted to do in diamonds. So what was there? Only technical education was there. So IJI just fit perfectly into it. And it taught us really well to get into what I wanted.
So, when you started off, did you face any difficulties? Would you like to discuss a little about that?
Of course, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all because it is still a very new concept for a lot more people to
Yes.
customize jewelry. Because when they are so used to over so many generations going to a store, picking up something ready, and then just picking it up. So it was a whole new concept to make people agree to, that it's going to be customized to as per their taste. And I wanted to get the whole journey of customizing jewelry and convincing them. And once now I've got so many clients right now, happy clients rather. So then now it is easy. But initially when I started, it was a lot more difficult to, because you have to get your imaginations into sketching and then you have to convince your client with the sketching and then you manufacture your jewelry.
Right, right.
So initially it was definitely tough, but now word of mouth, because of word of mouth, I've got a lot more clients today and happy clients. So
Okay, that's lovely. And while they say creativity is the foundation of any design, I'm sure you felt that technical education too in this particular field is important to enhance that creativity, right? So would you like to share a little bit more about the technical aspects? I'm sure we have a lot many viewers who need some help when it comes to learning a little more about what exactly happens at the jewelry school, what's taught to them. Like for example, at IGS School of Gemology, you did the course. What exactly did you learn, and how did it enhance your, your whole creativity?
see, so when I was studying in IGI, when I did my diamond graduation and my jewelry design, the when I in way back in 2012. So they taught us every detail as for how each and every diamond in jewelry designing. They taught us how the diamond has to be illustrated to look more like real, because it gets very difficult for a client to really understand through illustrations. So different illustrations. And in our diamond graduation, they also taught us how to grade diamonds. They took us to the manufacturing unit, how the jewelry is being manufactured. So it has been really nice. And I always had lot of questions to ask. I'm sure which all the faculty in IGI they very well know that. So they were always there to answer me at any given point. They took us to the manufacturing units. They showed us every bit of how the jewelry is manufactured in detail. So the technical aspect was really well taken care of.
Okay, that's great. And also the importance of continuing education. So it's important to keep upgrading your skill sets. There's something new happening in this
Definitely,
particular field on a constant basis. And how
definitely.
important is it to keep yourself updated on a regular basis?
See, so way back in 2012, I learned manual sketching with, the way you illustrate on with color pencils and all of that stuff. So now recently, I just finished my iPad, the Jewel Pad illustration, the course on it with IGI, and it really helps a lot more because it is more realistic for the clients to understand. So it's very important for you to upgrade because every time something new is happening, you can't still get stuck to what was there happening way back. Yeah.
Okay. So, also, Namita, in this line of career that you've pursued, you said you started this after your babies, and okay, there are a lot many women out there who want to start off something new. Even if they're like, they're trying to look for a second career, or they're looking for a little bit of a different, a venture that they would like to get into, or even men for that matter. They're quite bored of the 9 to 5 desk jobs and would like to venture into something different. So, as an entrepreneur, what would be your lesson for them? Something that you've learned from your journey.
Uh, to be honest, I am a strong believer that you can do anything if you put your heart into it. Nothing is impossible. Obviously, there's a lot of hard work. Your goal has to be clear, and you should just work towards it.
Okay, okay.
Anything
And
is possible. There is nothing impossible.
okay. And so, Namita, I'm sure that a lot many people are watching you at this point of time, and they would have gotten inspired. So, one piece of advice for students in particular who are wanting to enter this industry.
See, I think it's very important for you to have a clear goal with what would you want to do after this education.
Right.
So whether you want to be as a jewelry designer, whether you want to be a designer and whether you would give your designs to someone, or whether you want to get into manufacturing, or whether you want to join a family business. So you should be clear with your goal That makes it a lot more easier with what you want to go. So the process becomes more easier because you know which path you want to take.
Right, right. So I see a lot many questions coming in. So I see a question where they're asking you a little more about the iPad course. So I guess you've done it during the lockdown period. So you've been
Yeah,
upgrading
yeah.
yourself. So a lot many people are asking me questions based on that. A little more about the iPad program.
Okay. So basically the iPad you learn on Procreate, that's an app, and it becomes far more easier for you to you can make your, for example, if you want to make a diamond jewelry, there's a diamond, say suppose tennis bracelet. You can you can render your diamonds so close to real that within, and you can just make a brush maybe. So you can just draw a brush and all your diamonds just come in form of line or however you want. So it's far more easier and it's more realistic. So the clients can really associate with the jewelry far more than manual sketching. Because manual sketching, to be honest, it's far more tedious to do. There's
This
a lot
probably
more
makes
effort
your
in
work faster.
manual. Sorry?
This makes your work a little more faster and a little more efficient.
Definitely, definitely. It's more faster, it's more efficient, and the outcome is far more better than manual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, great. And so a lot of them are asking you a little bit more about. So you tell me that you're customizing jewelry, and I'm sure the iPad program is going to be helping you a little more into
Yeah,
customization.
yeah, yeah.
So how do you see this particular thing, the trends in the industry when it comes to jewelry, customized jewelry in particular?
Uh, See, more than the trend, see, I believe whenever I design jewelry for any client, I always keep one aspect in mind that the jewelry should be worn more often. Like our a generation before us would buy heavy jewelry and it would just be in the lockers for God knows how many years. So I believe that you should design jewelry such that you should be able to wear it every day and more often, which are more convertible, maybe a heavy necklace into a small necklace also. So it's value for money, and at the same time you can wear it more often.
Okay,
So
okay,
these are the things which I generally keep while customizing more than the trend. It is a when I design, I take into consideration a person's personality, that person's
right.
taste, so what that person likes. So those all things go into customizing their jewelry more than the trend.
Okay, okay. Okay. And before we close, we're towards the end of it. Okay, I see a lot many questions about asking you which courses did you take up at IGI?
So I
Yeah.
did, yeah, so I did the manual IGI, the jewelry designing one, manual one, and I did the diamond graduation, the diamond graduate. And
Okay,
right now with the jewel pad.
okay, that's lovely. So, okay, yeah, by now I'm sure a lot many people have gotten some more idea about this particular field and would have come out of the little shell that, okay, this is only for a selected few. And for the newbies who are out there, one word of advice, and then we conclude with the session.
Oh, I think you have to be clear with your goal, what you want to do, and put your heart into it, and you can just get what you want. Sky is the limit.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for removing the time for us, Namita. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much for
so
all the
much.
information you shared.
Thank you very
And
much.
viewers, thank you so much for being with us. And I hope you've gotten enough amount of inspiration to begin with whatever you'd like to do. So thank you so much. And I wish you all a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.